Before we start, I would massively appreciate it if you could subscribe to my good friend Mr. Jenk. He had his channel deleted, he does FIFA 16 career mode content, and I know you guys will like him, so subscribe and tell him I sent you. Hello there guys and welcome, it is M.E.N here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode number 13 of our Leicester City career mode here on FIFA 16. Now, in today's episode, I've obviously got 2 games for you, given we're in the transfer window. That will become 3 games per episode once we've got out of January, but today I bring you the end of the January transfer window along with deadline day, and oh my goodness me, have I got some things in store for all of you, not just in the games, but in the transfer activity as well. Now, we're looking at centre-backs, we're looking at an immediate centre-back replacement for Robert Huth. We're also looking at Nicholas Nkolu, buying him on a pre-contract agreement, and we may have to make a transfer that I wasn't planning on making even before today when I actually recorded this gameplay. Nevertheless, if we could smash 75 likes as per usual on one of these career mode episodes, that would be massively appreciated. In the background though, before we get into the first game of today's episode, you are seeing the clean sheets list, the assists list, and the top scorers list from earlier. Andre Kramaric is top of the top scorers list with 13 goals, and Kasper Schmeichel is actually top of the clean sheets list with 10 I do believe. We also had Bruno Perez and someone else, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Riyad Mahrez, fairly high up in the assist list, so it's looking pretty good in terms of the player stats. We're also selling a few players at the moment, getting a bid there for Danny Simpson from Norwich, and counter-offering for that of £875,000, and we'll see later on in the episode whether that is successful. But nevertheless, last episode, of course, we played Everton. We lost 3-2 to them at Goodison Park in the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final, and today, in the first game of today's episode, we play the second leg of that tie, and we're playing Everton. We need to win by 2 clear goals in order to go through, and win by 1 clear goal to send it through to extra time. As you can see, though, you saw the squad a moment ago, but we're going forward in just the 15th minute. Okazaki clean through, and he puts the ball wide after being set through there by Jamie Vardy. Massive chance there for the Japanese international to give us the lead. Okazaki, though, now setting away his teammate Pione Sisto down the wing. He's going to take the strike, but it's a fantastic save there from Tim Howard, and we're putting massive amounts of pressure on in the early stage of this game in the first 20 minutes. As you can see, though, we are very solid defensively. Robert Huth with a fantastic challenge there. Bruno Perez doing fantastically and closing down the play, forcing the mistake, and Robert Huth going in there as well again. Now Shinji Okazaki doing some more quick closing down. He sets Jamie Vardy through on goal, one-on-one against Tim Howard, and again the American comes out on top, and he is keeping Everton in this tie. And now on the edge of half-time, Shinji Okazaki going forward again. We are dominating this game. He finds Pione Sisto, then Jamie Vardy. On the overlap here, Riyad Mahrez, but again it is saved by Tim Howard, and the American in goal is having an absolute field day at the moment. Everton going forward, but again some good defending from Robert Huth there, blocking the shot. Now it is time to make some substitutions. It's Pione Sisto coming off for the lightning-quick Nathan Dyer, and something we have to do something. We need a goal. There's only 13 minutes in this game, and we've got a free kick. Fukata Masuaku who's going to pass it to N'Golo Kante, who's going to find Nathan Dyer on the edge of the area, and what a strike that is from Nathan Dyer to give us the vital goal we needed, and in what a fashion. Nathan Dyer scores an absolutely incredible goal there from a full 20 yards out right into the corner. Although I think Tim Howard could have at least dived for it or something, but what a goal to give us some hope in this tie after losing the first leg. But Everton are going to try and react instantly. It's John Stones finding himself far forward, and what a save that is from Kasper Schmeichel. He's going to try and set up the counter-attack in just the last minute, surely. Surely we cannot do this after a chance for Everton. But Jamie Vardy's thrown goal. He's got Okazaki supporting him, but it is turned in for an own goal in the last minute of this game by Gareth Barry, and the incredible has happened. We have now surely won this time with an own goal. Of all the things, Everton trying to go forward again in injury time. Masuaku, though, tackling Kevin Morales, and that is it. And one of the most dramatic endings to any game in the history of forever has ended with us going through with a last minute own goal. We are through to the final of the Capital One Cup. What a game, what a goal from Nathan Dyer, and what an ending to get that goal in injury. It's just astonishing. We go through 4-3 on aggregate, and we will face Arsenal in the final of the Capital One Cup after they beat Aston Villa in the other semi-final. But after such an incredible game, we are now through to the final of a domestic cup. As you can see, they're moving back to transfers just briefly after such an incredible game. We've got an offer here for Robert Huth from Newcastle of £3.2 million. We're actually counter-offering 5.2, because that's a pretty decent amount. But going on to centre backs that we're gonna buy to replace Robert Huth. And last episode we tried to make a bid for Joel Matip. Given his contract is expiring at the end of this season, I thought I could get him pretty cheap. But Schalke seemed to be sort of being very argumentative about the whole issue. Joel Matip actually won the vote as well in terms of a centre-back to buy. So hopefully, if we can buy Joel Matip, I'll try and get him, basically. If we can't, then I'll have to go with whoever came second, which was Kevin Wimmer. We've also made a contract offer there for Joel Veltman, just in case it all goes Pete Tong, and we have to get him instead. But yeah, the transfer offer that we made for Ajax's Joel Veltman was accepted, and we go ahead and make a contract offer. It is now, though, time to get into the second game of this episode after an astonishing first game in this episode. Can this game even compare? We are playing in the Barclays Premier League against Tottenham Hotspur. There you can see the lineup in the background. Jeffrey Schlupp coming into the side to replace a fairly tired Fuka Mazuaku after stamina was a little bit of an issue. As you can see, though, we do get the first chance of the game on the half-an-hour mark. Pione Sisto there forcing a fantastic one-handed save there from Hugo Lloris. Now Nasser Chadli going forward here for Tottenham, putting into the box their first time volley for Christian Eriksen, and another fantastic one-handed save, this time from our goalkeeper though, Kasper Schmeichel, and the goalkeeper's certainly the limiting factor in this game, doing a fantastic job of keeping it 0-0. But as you can see, Brildon Dembolo there has been tackled and he's gone down injured and he's been forced off the pitch, and that was literally right on the edge of half time, literally in the 45th minute, and Brildon Dembolo off there holding his ankle. Hopefully it's not too bad an injury, but as you can see, the man who came on to replace him, Andre Kramaric, just in the ball down, finding Jamie Vardy, who finds N'Golo Kante on the overlap, and he is there to make it 1-0 3 minutes into the second half there, just finessing it past Hugo Lloris at his near post, and a fantastic finish from Kante after it was pretty even in the first half, it has to be said. But Tottenham going forward straight away, Lamela forcing a save from Kasper Schmeichel, but they've got a penalty, and it's because Robert Huth has completely mistimed. Now, usually I would blame myself on this one, okay? I made the slide tackle, but at the end of the day, the ball was there to be won, and for some reason he completely missed the ball. It has ended with Harry Kane equalising from the penalty spot to make it 1-1 in this game, only 8 minutes after we took the lead through N'Golo Kante. And Tottenham now perhaps with the momentum there as Christian Eriksen hits the side netting after a horrible mistake there from Jeffrey Schlupp. And we get away with that one there on the hour mark. But Riyad Mahrez there making a good challenge, finding Jamie Vardy. He finds Andre Kramaric there in the area, but it's another great save from Hugo Lloris. Kramaric, after coming on and replacing M'Bolo, having a few chances and getting involved in the game, certainly. The ball there dropping to Nathan Dyer as well with 3 minutes to go, but his left-footed volley goes harmlessly wide there after he slices the ball wide. And as you can see, the game does end 1-1 in the end. 1 point for ourselves, but against Tottenham Hotspur, that is not a bad result. Kasper Schmeichel getting man of the match in the end. A good rating as well for Jamie Vardy. But N'Golo Kante there getting his goal, but unfortunately Harry Kane managing to cancel it out after a pretty poor defensive tackle from Robert Huth. The ball was there to be won, that's why I made the slide tackle, but for some reason he just didn't go from the front for some reason. Nevertheless, we've drawn the game, but as you can see, the main thing to come out of that is that M'Bolo is out for 3 months, and that's huge. That is huge because he's now not going to be back until around about April or May. So are we going to have to buy a new striker or loan a new striker to replace him? Because if we get another striker injury, we are really in dire straits. First, however, before we start thinking about that, we're making a move for Nicholas N'Kolo after being rejected 3 times by Nicholas N'Kolo on wage demands. We're offering him £100,000 per week at the moment, and hopefully he'll come back and accept that, and we'll be able to get him for free, and then he'll arrive in the summer for season 2. As you can see, Newcastle are going to be signing Robert Huth for £5.2 million, after we agreed on a fee, and Norwich will be signing Danny Simpson for £775,000 after we agreed a fee with them as well. I didn't really want to sell Robert Huth, to be honest, but I thought £5.2 million was a decent enough offer for a 31-year-old 77 overalls centre-back. That is a decent amount of money. Nevertheless, we're going to try and make another move for Joel Matip, but they want £17.5 million. So we're offering the actual maximum we can, which is £11.4 million. That is the maximum amount we can offer, otherwise, well, we won't have any money. And they've rejected it again. And given he's only 80 overall, and he's got 6 months left on his contract, we could sign him on a pre-contract agreement if we wanted to, and Schalke would get nothing. So why they're demanding £17.5 million from him, I don't know, but we simply don't have the money to buy Joel Matip, which is really annoying because he dominated the vote in terms of a centre-back to buy. So we'll get onto that a little bit later on, but Nicholas Nkolo, as you can see, accepted our contract offer finally of £100,000 a week. It's not too bad because we're getting him for free at the end of the day. There's no transfer sum required, so we are going to be signing the 81 overall 25-year-old centre-back that is Nicholas Nkolo on a pre-contract agreement from Marseille, and he will arrive for use for us, in the summer of Season 2. So that's something to look forward to. Nicholas Nkolo will be arriving for Season 2. But now on to the immediate replacement for Robert Huth. We're not going to be signing Jordi Amat because he was right at the bottom of the vote. We have, however, agreed to sign Joel Veltman and Kevin Wimmer as well. However, Joel Veltman didn't come second in the vote either. He was third, which means we're going to have to go ahead and sign Kevin Wimmer because I can't physically sign Joel Matip because Schalke are being just stubborn about it. I don't know why they're asking for £17.5 million, so we've had to go ahead and sign the second most popular centre-back from that vote, which was Kevin Wimmer. About 18 of you guys voted for it. I'm really sorry I couldn't get Joel Matip, but there's nothing I can do. When a team is just asking for way too much money, there really isn't anything I can do. So I've had to go ahead and I've had to go and buy, not Joel Matip, I've had to go and buy Kevin Wimmer, who did come second in the vote, and will cost substantially less than Joel Matip was going to, only £6 million for the Tottenham centre-back. As you can see though, we're going in and we're actually going to try and loan a striker, only for 3 months, so it's not going to be someone amazing. We've gone for Clinton Ng, Kalichi Iheanacho, and also Jean-Marie Dongu-Safak of Barcelona. It's literally only a 3-month fix just whilst Breel Donald Embolo's out. But let's say Shinji Okazaki or Kramaric or Jamie Vardy got injured, we would literally be so stuffed. So I'm going to bring in a striker just on loan, just for a 3-month loan, just to sort of cover up the cracks, just in case something does go wrong. We won't be signing Jean-Marie Dongu-Safak or Clinton Ng. I decided in the end to go for Kalichi Iheanacho because he's more of an all-round striker in terms of has pace and power, which is therefore a surefire replacement for Breel Donald Embolo, whereas Clinton Ng and Jean-Marie Dongu-Safak really only had a sort of pace. So I'm going for Kalichi Iheanacho. There is a summary of what we've done in the transfer window. We've made 4 signings, bringing in Francois Camano, Kevin Wimmer from Tottenham, Nicholas Nkolo on a pre-contract agreement from Marseille, and also Kalichi Iheanacho on loan from Manchester City as a short-term replacement for Breel Donald Embolo whilst he's out injured. I'm sorry if you didn't want me to do that, but it was very much on the spot. That was a really on the spot decision because Embolo literally got injured the day before deadline day, so I literally had to just make that decision on the fly and loan in Kalichi Iheanacho. Realistically, whoever I would have got in would have only been at the club for 3 months, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. It's only in case we get any more injury problems. As you can see, here is the table after today's episode. We only played 1 game in the Barclays Premier League, drawing against Tottenham, which has left us now 3 points behind Newcastle, but we have played a game less than them, so we can go above them on goal difference if we win that game in hand. We've got Arsenal and United breathing down our necks as well, whilst Chelsea are out in front on 51 points. Nevertheless, I hope you have enjoyed this bonkers episode in terms of mad amounts of things happening. Training we'll be looking at next episode because I didn't physically have time to put it in this episode. But yeah, 3 signings. Nicholas Nkolo on a pre-contract agreement from Marseille, so he'll be arriving in Season 2. But for now, our centre-back partnership will be Kevin Wimmer after he signed from Tottenham for £6 million, and Jairo Riedewald as well. So that really shores up the ship. Kevin Wimmer, I do believe, has about 82 or 83 potential, so he should be a pretty key figure throughout the rest of this career mode series. I hope you guys are happy with that. Again, I've got to massively apologise. I couldn't get Joel Matip, but Schalke were being completely unreasonable, and I literally didn't have the money to go out and buy him. £17.5 million for an 80 overall centre-back whose contract was expiring in 6 months didn't really seem like much of a bargain to me. So nevertheless, I hope you have enjoyed anyway. Again, 75 likes would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed that much, commenting your thoughts on what you saw in terms of transfers and in terms of the action that you saw in the games as well. No straw poll today, but I will be doing an interaction of the day next episode, or a question of the day for you next time out. Nevertheless, after such a long episode of career mode, have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.